felt that, how could God love me? How could God accept me? How could God forgive me of my sins? Because I didn't feel that, and I didn't sense that growing up. I didn't know what hope really was. I allowed fear to control my life, and I was afraid of everything and everyone. And I know that that fear probably stemmed from when I was very, very young, because I was afraid of my mom. I was afraid of the relationship that I had with my mom. I longed for a relationship with her and with my dad. And there was a fear of not ever measuring up, of always feeling lost. I began to see myself as someone that wasn't worth loving, or there was something wrong with me, that I couldn't be accepted. And I ran away from home. I ran away from home and to a friend's house in the middle of the night. And from that point on, I just kept moving, running away because of fear. I never did return home. I was strong enough to start working and taking care of myself as a young single person. And then fast forward, I met a man who I just knew loved the Lord, and I was drawn to him, and it was very attractive to see that love and zeal for God. And got married, and was married for 22 years in ministry, 20 of those years with him. And one day he came home and he said, you know, I want out of this marriage, and I am not the man that you thought you married. And I was devastated. I found myself on my face on the floor, crying, hopeless and helpless. I reached out to my mom, again, rejection. And then my sister came and got me. She came to the house and saw me in an empty house, in a fetal position, just crying. And she said, "You're coming with me." And she then began to carry me to San Diego so that I could rebuild my life. And it was during that time when I believe that God was revealing himself to me and revealing to me that I didn't have to be afraid. And as I was running away in fear, he was pursuing me. He was pursuing me at every corner. And it was his voice that I heard saying, "You're coming with me. You're coming with me." He just put people around me at just the right time when I needed someone to say it's okay. And they would say, "Lisa, you're coming with me." And it was just an opportunity for me to stop and say, okay, I don't have to be afraid anymore. Without me even realizing it, God was at work. I believe he brought me to Seacoast, and he used specific people who had a heart for him, who purposefully devoted their lives to helping me overcome all of that self-hatred, all of that self-doubt, and those images that I had of myself and that view that I had of him. He used them to teach me who he is. The one thing that I've learned is God never changes. But there are people who've taken a commitment to be that change that they want to see, to demonstrate an unconditional love. And God used those people to change my view of him. Oh, and it's overwhelming to think that God could use us in that way. And that's the reason why I want him to use me, because I have a heart for those who are hurting. And what does he say of me? Well, he says, "Lisa, you're loved. You're my daughter. You're cherished. You're an heir in this kingdom. You've been bought with a price. You're precious." He says all these things about me that I never heard about myself. He says who I am in Christ. I belong to him. And Gosh, that just gives me chills.